The confirmation hearings doesn't mean the person is going to support them. And I will say that especially for Democrats, but that's a respect for process. A lot of these people, I think, have decided they will or won't support nominees. The national security ones here are the ones who are of biggest concern with the most chatter. What's of interest to me is a lot of Republicans have been holding their fire publicly. Is that the same as what's happening privately? Because as we know, the Gates nomination was ended privately, quietly. That's where a lot of the most important conversations happen in Washington, not necessarily publicly. So it seems like not much is going to happen over the next couple of days on this front. They have to keep the government open. When everybody comes back in January and there's preparation for these hearings, are people more vocal about their concerns about Tulsi Gabbard, about Pete Hegseth, or are they worried and concerned about this threat of primaries against them if they're up for re-election coming up soon? So that's the factor. But the hearings, I think, though, the last thing I'll say here, the hearings, I think, which clearly seem to be on track to happen for all of these nominees, for Hegseth, for Pam Bondi, for Kash Patel, could be quite fiery. We haven't seen hearings like that in quite some time. And that will be an interesting thing to watch.
Yeah, and Mike, I want to pick up on exactly Jen's point there about these hearings that are coming, because I was talking to some Trump officials this week, and as Jen noted, Matt Gaetz, he took himself out of the running there. He realized he had no chance. He bailed out privately. But the rest have all been instructed to fight. This is the strategy from the Trump team is we're not going to ask any of our nominees to withdraw. I mean, they allow for the possibility that some other damaging revelation could emerge that could change the calculus. But at least for now, they're saying, no, we want a full court press. We want to pressure these Republicans. We're seeing that campaign already begin. We want to have the Trump's choices get confirmed, which means having those hearings. And those hearings, particularly for, Tulsi Gabbard, yes, Pete Hegseth, Kash Patel, let's add Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to the list. They're going to be spectacles that could be potentially damaging to whatever momentum Trump wants to have coming into office.
You buried the lead there. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., that could be the highlight. That could be the highlight of the hearings, because it involves such things as polio vaccines, other vaccines that are critical to growing up to young families. And that's going to be critical. Last week, as you know, I was in Washington. Always a dangerous thing, me being in Washington. Happened to bump into a couple of people who are on House or Senate Intelligence Committees. Tulsi Gabbard's name came up. The incumbent right now, sitting in that seat, Avril Haines, enjoys enormous respect on both sides of the aisle. Enormous respect. And the idea of Tulsi Gabbard succeeding her as the DNI, Director of National Intelligence for the President of the United States, seems to frighten both Republicans and Democrats. The basic fright roots are locked in this. They know, feel strongly, that countries like Israel, France, Great Britain, Germany will not share their intelligence with the United States through the DNI if it's Tulsi Gabbard. That's potentially lethal in terms of a vote.
And again, what we've said all along, people like the ones you bumped into on the streets of Washington say there are other people we can get, Donald Trump, who will still be loyal to you. We know that's what you want, but who are qualified for the job. We shall see. Still ahead, Chairman of the Judiciary Committee, Democratic Senator Dick Durbin joins the conversation as Democrats look to press forward with the confirmation of more of President Biden's judicial picks before